Hey guys, what's going on? How was your evening? How was your week? What's Hey Super Monkey, how are you? Action Figure Avenue, what is up? Get it, boy. What up, Keeper? Thanks for jumping in. Hello, John Cena. What's going on, guys? How are you? How's your week been? I think I gotta mess with the music. I think the music's too quiet. The music playing? Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey, what's going on, guys? So tonight I will pretty much do the same thing where we just talk about everything going forward with SH Figuarts. If you have any questions, we'll talk about it. See any new releases, we'll talk about it as well. But also, I wanted to talk about the One Piece Netflix show, talk about the One Piece action figures, the SH Figuarts line, and also go into just about the cast, the plot, and everything about what's going on with One Piece right now, because it's pretty hot right now. Everybody, I think, is diving pretty heavily into the Netflix show, so I wanted to talk about that. I've got some side-by-side comparisons between what the actors look like and what they look like in the anime, and we could talk about all of that kind of stuff. My birthday's on the 4th. Oh, get it! That's awesome! Happy early birthday! The also super exciting news is Vincent, what's going on? The very, very exciting news before we get into everything is if you guys follow me on my Discord or anything, we just hit YouTube partner here on the channel, and that is all up to you guys. We reached the goal of 1,000 subscribers and also hit that very daunting goal of 4,000 watch hours, which is very, 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 very crazy. Train Random, what's going on? Okay, so Netflix show, the Gear 5 episode, it's that year for One Piece. Absolutely. There's a lot going on with One Piece between the anime and also with the Netflix show. And the Netflix show is more of a gateway into introducing the world of One Piece to the mainstream, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk about all the good, the bad, the ugly. And then, what's week's Train Centers? What is your dream DBZ or OG Dragon Ball SH Figuart? There's not really one that's like sitting out there that I would consider a dream. I would say my most wanted is probably Lord Slug as a movie. If we're talking more of like mainstream of the canon, I would say probably Deborah for sure. Action Figure Avenue says Deborah, absolutely. Another pick train is Deborah. But right here on the channel, we hit the partner program, which is really, really exciting. So if you guys haven't noticed, there is now memberships on the channel. Those are pretty interesting. We are able to add a lot of cool features to the channel going forward. So we're going to be able to get emotes. So if you guys look at the chat right now, you can actually see the 4 emotes that I'm going to place in the chat. So these are exclusive to the channel. If you are a channel member, you will unlock a neat badge next to your name and also the 4 emotes that I just posted in the chat. Those right there, it's the lowest tier is 99 cents. So if you want to become a member, you can. You'll unlock those 4 emotes for that month and also start a badge. I haven't made custom badges yet. They're just the YouTube standard ones, but I'm going to come up with a neat idea. And depending on how long you are a member, consecutively, your badge will evolve. So if you're interested in that, you just have to go to the join button, hit and add members, which would be really cool. And there's different tiers, and different tiers supply different perks. Like I said, the lowest one is just to get that badge and those emotes to be involved into the chat. So if you want to join part of members, that is brand new feature. And you can jump on that. E-Rock, what up? Thanks for joining. Super Android 13. Absolutely, that would be a cool pick. How are you doing, E-Rock? It's already hot, guys. It's already hot down here. It's insane. So again, let me know if the music's too loud or you can hear the fan, okay? I just had to turn the fan on. It's starting to scorch under these lights. But no, I just kind of want to get that out of the way. I thought I was really excited for that, and just working through getting everything between work and also working on the YouTube stuff, like just hitting partners, just so gratifying. And I really owe it up to a lot of you guys for supporting me on the channel, watching the videos, liking them, sharing them, doing what you guys do. And this would not be possible without you guys. So I just very, very appreciative. And like I said, if you want to become a member, the lowest tier is 99 cents. So you can do that. Good man, ready for get this live lit. Oh man, I appreciate you being here. Now, everybody in the chat, we will be talking about everything One Piece, a little bit of Dragon Ball. We're never gonna go away from that in any other anime. The majority of the focus today I want to talk about is, like I said, the live action One Piece show. Have you guys seen it? Monsters Arbonne is another really, really good pick for sure. Have you guys seen the One Piece live action? Have you finished it? Or are you only a couple episodes in? Where are you guys at? My wife started it with me, and then I outwatched her. I really wanted to talk about it. I'm on, oh, you're on episode 4. Okay. So you're halfway through, you're halfway there. You're halfway there. Are you enjoying it? Yes, give it a 7 out of 10. Well, we will talk about everything in the aspects, and we will definitely, I'll give my rating at the end, you know, as we get through it, because I want to talk about characters, plot, all the mix of everything before we get into all that. Vincent said, I saw someone's reaction to episode 1 and I liked it. Like, you watch somebody's reaction on YouTube or you watch the episode? I'm confused on that. Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right. Are you gonna, Vincent? Are you planning on watching the actual show, or do you not have Netflix? Just kind of curious. I tried it out. I finished it. I watched, I want to say like 2 episodes or so on Thursday after work. Watched a couple more on, and then, well, no, and then finished it yesterday. So definitely put a lot of time into it. It's definitely a long show. It's definitely a full 8 hours of content. So what are you guys' thoughts? So I know, let's see. E-Rock says it's 7 out of 10. What do you guys rate it? Do you guys want to start talking about the Netflix show, or do you guys want to look at the One Piece line? Because I don't know if you guys saw, but Kaito just hit for pre-order as of yesterday. And he is a big, expensive boy. Whoa, what up? What's going on? Mountain Arts Reviews is our very first member. Welcome to the member squad, Mountain Arts. Thank you very much. That's super cool. I did not see anything pop though. I saw it pop in chat, but I didn't see it pop on the screen here. I don't know what's going on with the alerts. Yo, I'm a new member. What up? I appreciate you. So if you guys notice in the chat, Mars just initiated those brand new member perks, and it looks like he's got that nice new shiny blue star. Those will show up in live chats and also in comments, which is pretty cool. So if you guys comment on the videos like you normally do, they will also show up in comments as well. That's dope. Thank you so much, Mountain. That's awesome. I just want the super anime to come back. Yeah, I know a lot of people are clamoring for the super anime to come back because there's definitely a lot of stuff that's been happening in the manga that a lot of people are missing out on, that they're definitely not that they're definitely missing because if they're anime onlys. Oh, you using those new emotes, the Luffy wave. What's going on? That's awesome. Let me check. Let's see. Hold on. This message is not going through. Give me 1 second, guys. What is going on? Tap here for option. There we go. Man, just having nothing but problems with these messages going through, bro. All right. So, E-Rock, really don't mess with live actions because anime is just too good. Yeah, I would agree with that. The animes, and that's kind of like my overarching thoughts on this, is for what it was, it just still, to me, doesn't warrant a live action. I don't think a lot of stuff warrants a live action, but, you know, it is what it is. Janemba, it's over, Janemba, I've come for you. How's the music level, guys, by the way? Is it too loud? Oh, it looks way too loud right now. All right. Dang, that was really loud, guys. It's over, Janemba, I've come for you. All right, so let's go ahead and start looking at the SH Figuarts. I've never done the buyer's guides or anything like that on the video on the channel here, so I wanted to just jump over and take a look at the SH Figuarts because that is the majority of what we do here on the channel is SH Figuarts. So we'll pop over there and take a look at these and just kind of just get into it, man. So here we go. Good. Looking at Luffy, this one is now hitting out, so if you guys are interested, what happens if I click this? What does this do? Oh, nope. That's just, okay. Sorry. Leon, what's good? I never could get into you never could get into One Piece? Really? Is there a reason why, Leon? Why you couldn't get into One Piece? Just your style too goofy, or what's the reason you couldn't get into One Piece? I mean, I don't fault you. I mean, I totally get it. It's every anime is not for every single person, you know what I'm saying? But this is the brand new Luffy. This is all going to be from the Wano arc. Too much filler. Okay, so it's not going to be it's not going to be much of a content wise, it's just too much random horribleness, I guess, not so much of a content or the way the characters. Okay, so I mean, I can appreciate that. I totally get it. I've watched all of East Blue, but I haven't continued in a while. Yeah, I am just in the, what is it? The Indrazabi. So like episode like 301 or something like that. But for me, it's just, I'd really get into it and I'd watch like, you know, 30 to 70 episodes or something like that. That's where I would like continue with. And then I'd kind of just, it's not that the anime was bad. I just kind of got like burnt myself a little bit on it because I just watched it so much. So I took a big break, and that's kind of where I'm at now. Is I got up to the Indra's Lobby. I didn't even finish that yet. Like I'm still in the middle of that arc, and I haven't finished it. But I'm in that bigger break where last time I watched it, I kind of burnt myself on it. Freaking nice. It said Instant Cop. I saw the reaction on YouTube. Oh, okay. Saw the reaction on YouTube. That's cool. But this figure looks really, really cool. It's only a $35 figure, so I really do like that Tamashii is going in with the more like entry-level characters. I know a lot of times that they're not as flushed out as a lot of the other stuff, like the bigger figures, but they're also like half the price 9 times out of 10. And I know Luffy is one of those things where you get the Luffy, it's $35, just like what they did with the Ultimate Gohan from Super, and then every single figure coming out in the line is going to add to this figure by adding a faceplate. So it's definitely going to give you options to build out your Luffy, but at the same time, if there's a character you don't know or don't care about, then yeah, that sucks. It's a with over 900 episodes, and it's an easy part. Yeah, Leon, I definitely get that, because I'm in the 300s, and I think they're coming up, like 12 something just happened. So I'm like, I mean, I'm roughly 900 episodes away from where to be caught up. So I definitely understand the burnout option that One Piece could offer. But on the flip side, I would say, I mean, it's been going for 20 years, so it's definitely been around for a while. And also, it's never one of those things where, you know, it goes away to a point where like I don't feel like a lot of people are like, I'm just wanting more. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I know a lot of people when Dragon Ball Z ended, Dragon Ball Z was only like, even though like all the filler and stuff was like 216 episodes. So that's a pretty easy crush. But at the same time, people were wanting more. And then that's why Super got so popular, because, you know, they tried it with the Battle of the Gods movie, which was originally a Dragon Ball Z movie. It did really, really well. They did the second one, Resurrection F. Again, it did really well because people were clamoring for more Dragon Ball. And so that created Super. So, I mean, technically where we are now with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, it's kind of a complete continuation of the story where One Piece never stopped. So it definitely can offer opportunity for burnout because there's just so much in it. But at the same time, there's a lot of content there to keep you, I don't know, pretty much busy for pretty much the rest of your life. I mean, it's 20 years of airing. So, which is, I mean, half of my life. So, which is insane. Everyone's getting their orange piccolos. I have to wait an extra month. Yep. Everybody that is getting orange piccolo from overseas. That was before the international shipping for day one launch for everybody is initiated. So we're definitely going to be a little bit further into a little bit behind on that if you got it domestically, but that's okay. As long as we get what we pay for, if we have to be a little behind, that's not a big deal. But let's fly through these figures real quick. I just want to lightly talk about them, and then we'll get into the Netflix stuff because I'm really interested to hear your guys' opinions about these. And even if you don't have an opinion on the show because you haven't finished it, you can definitely give your opinion when it comes to... You can definitely give your opinion on, do you think this character is accurate or not? But let's go ahead and get through the SH Figuarts because I really want to see what... talk about these because I haven't covered them on the channel. Isaiah and Tails, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you so much. What you've missed is what we're going to talk about today. Pretty much we're going to talk about the figures pretty quickly. There's only a handful of them, and then we're going to get into the actual Netflix show. We're going to talk about character comparisons. We'll talk about storyline, what they covered, but all that kind of stuff. And also we are now YouTube partners. Memberships are unlocked if you're interested. Just like Mars did, he activated those memberships and unlocked a badge and also those emotes, which are pretty cool. I'm really good, man. I'm happy. We're going. We're definitely moving. It's Saturday. Got to take the day off. Watched too much One Piece. Watched all the series in the last 2 days. So I only think I dislike in the live action is Buggy's voice. Really? I don't know. Buggy was probably the biggest sell for me. Cheap is great. Wish more of the Dragon Ball Z and SH Figuarts were as cheap as they used to be. Yeah, definitely. Like, that's the one thing with this one. It's definitely a great starting piece, but it's also an opportunity for you to build on it through the other characters. And I love this figure. But yeah, I don't feel like they're getting any cheaper, but at the same time, do we need cheaper characters where they're low in quality, or just kind of bare bones? And at that point, what's the point? You know, like, yeah, $85 for Mecha Frieza, but at the same time, I get everything I need, but I don't need to buy another Mecha Frieza. So just looking at the faces and stuff, I know I watched Mars's review on his channel. Looks really cool. I can't wait to get hands on mine. I know Kappa Hobby, usually where I shop, had him from their Instagram post, but I'm not sure where they're at on release. I don't know if that was wave 1. They're waiting for wave 2. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of waiting for those to go in stock because I want to grab that one and also the Ichigo as well. But this figure looks really cool. $35. You can't go wrong. I really, really like it. I prefer if they went with the older arcs than the Wano arc because I'm not there. So this color scheme kind of throws me off, and I'm not used to this color scheme, but it's okay. The Luffy should have came with hockey parts. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good points about this figure. Hockey parts, gum parts. Mars came up with a really good take on it, is rather than adding all this extra like stuff here and there, why didn't they give the devil fruit to him? That would have been really, really cool to get the devil fruit. That Mecha Frieza is amazing, especially the split body emulating being sliced in half by Trunks. I completely agree, Leon. That's such a sick figure. It's a great strategy for Tamashi. It makes it easier to sell other discrete characters. I like he doesn't have the strap detail with the hat. Yes. Oh my gosh. I completely agree. The strap in the show, which I'll talk about and I'll rant about. I hated the strap in the show. I understand he has it, but I think 90% of the anime, he's tucked the strap into his hat. In the show, it was this thick rubber freaking strap that the kid would constantly mess with, and it drove me nuts. It was almost like a fidget toy for him. Like, he would not leave that damn thing alone. I completely forgot about the minor detail. But yeah, I just think that this figure is good for what it is, $35. You know, you get a lot of animated faces and really can capture the detail and the craziness that is One Piece, and I really, really like that. So moving over to, oh, it broke. Are all these broken? Oh, man. Okay. Well, we're just gonna skip that then. We'll just, yeah, they all broke. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna skip that part, but I want to take a look at about this here, guys. I don't know if you guys seen this. It just dropped. It came out for pre-order as of yesterday, and $215.88 is what Kappa has it right now. I don't know if you guys have ever messed with Kappa or heard of Kappa or heard me talk about Kappa, but right now Big Bad has him for $240 and Kappa has him for $215. Pretty expensive figure, but if you are looking out there for a Kaido in the King of the Beast, the Man Beast form, he is on Kappa for $215, which I really think is a big discount between $240 and $215. I think it's really awesome. Imagine if we got a Cell Max figure as big as the Great Ape Vegeta. I expect it to happen at some point. I think that one is the last piece in the Dragon Ball Super stuff that they haven't made yet. I love that emote, by the way, Mars. Definitely like missing out on that. How big is Kaido compared to Luffy? So Kaido is 9.6 inches. So he's about 3.5 inches bigger than Luffy. Luffy's about 6 inches, maybe 5.5 to 6 inches. Kaido is going to be 9.6 inches in height. So he's a big boy, and he's also, remember, not just tall, but he's also going to be wide as well, which is really cool. But I just wanted to point this out. Let me switch over to Big Bad here, and I'll show you. Like, here's all the figures right here. They have them for, Big Bad has them for $240, $24 refundable, non-refundable. So if you pre-order it, you don't have to pay right now, but if you decide to cancel, they will take the $25 and it's unrefundable. But to pre-order, to secure your pre-order of Kaido, if you want to pick up from Big Bad, he's available there. Or if you want to go over to Kappa, you'll save a little bit of, you'll actually save quite a bit of money, free shipping, $215.88, but you have to pay up front. So that's the big downside. So I just wanted to kind of cover those. I thought those were really interesting. Just dropped as of yesterday. So if anybody is a One Piece fan and loves Kaido, this one's dropping, which is really cool. That small, what the heck, for 200? I thought he was way bigger than Luffy. Orange Piccolo gonna be like the same height. Everyone rushed to Kappa, right? Everybody's gonna go out there and get it. I mean, just a hell of a deal, man. I'm not sure. I mean, definitely it's gonna work a little bit better in your collection when it's only 9.5 inches. I don't think Orange Piccolo, let me check that. I don't think he's 9 inches. I don't think Orange Piccolo is that big. Orange Piccolo might be 7.5 maybe, but correct me if you've watched a review. I know everybody that has ordered, imported it in has already gotten theirs, and I haven't watched any reviews on it. I kind of want to be surprised with it when I get mine in, but let me check here if I can find him. Where's he on the site? Oh my gosh, is he on the first page? Where is Orange Piccolo? They take him, oh, they took him off the site for some reason. Anybody know how big Orange Piccolo is? I cannot find a size comparison for him. Maybe he's on big, SH Figuarts. Here, let's see. Yeah, he is less than 7.5 inches. Yep. So he is, here, I'll just share my screen here with Big Bad. Here's the Big Bad listing. Say $140. He's approximately 7.28 inches, so he's less than 7.5. Are you getting SH Figuarts? Isaiah, like, look what we got. Look what we got in, actually. Are we getting it? Shoot, we got it right here. I've only opened the tape, which now has just sealed itself, but we got it, man. Yeah, that markup is nuts. Yeah, $140 for that. Yeah, we got it. We got Beast Gohan in the house, guys. We have not opened him. We are going to do what we need to do to get him unboxed. Potentially, we'll be working on a review. That's the plan going forward, is to work on a review on this. And this one will not be staying in my collection. So if you definitely want to stay tuned to see what happens to this, if you're not already, which I see a lot of people in the chat that I recognize, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. Going to try and get that one. He is on, actually, if you are interested, let's go back to the home. I can't show you the main website because Kappa is a little saucy, so, but he is right here. So if you guys missed him from P Bandai or whatever, he's right here. He's available. He's in stock at Kappa. He's definitely a price increase than what he was on P Bandai at, I think he was 65. He's 93 on here. You get free shipping in the United States or 10% off. So he is in stock on Kappa if you guys want your Beast Gohan. Yes, mine came yesterday, and since I'm in the box collector, we'll be looking forward to your review. Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely be, that's my plan, is to work on that, get back into reviews. Definitely try to get back into that, because I know the last couple months I kind of laxed a little bit on that stuff. But so you don't take yours out, Leon? You just buy them in box? Do you take them out of the cardboard at least, or do you leave them in the shipper as well? By the way, how is everybody's evening? You guys having a good night? Let's go ahead and go back to full screen here. All right, so we covered the figures and stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about, we're definitely going to dive right into One Piece live action. If you haven't seen it, not that there's a lot of spoilers going on here, but we're going to talk about a lot of what's going on in the anime, and also what happened in the show, what they covered, what they missed, what they omitted by trying to cram over 60 episodes into 8 hours. They definitely glossed over quite a bit. Although I take them out of the shipper, but that's as far as I go. I mean, I could dig it. I can appreciate it. So let's go ahead and take a look. I want to take a size, just take a look at the comparisons. So a lot of these I was able to, Insider supplied a lot of these. I did help and edit them a little bit, made them a little bit bigger, squished them a little bit better so they would fit into the stream tonight. But I wanted to take a look and see what your opinions were on these guys, and what you thought of the actual aesthetic and how they did when it came to accuracy. And I want to have you guys rate, like, in the chat, you know, out of 10, what would you give the rating of this guy? Out of 10, how accurate do you think this portrayal of Gold Roger is? I thought he was all right. He wasn't as menacing or as big as I originally thought when it came to presence on screen. Like, I think he did fine. It's just a lot of times, and I think that's going to be a recurring theme going forward when I talk about this stuff, is going to be just stature alone. You know, Gold Roger is the king of the pirates. He's the one that ignited everybody to go out to the Grand Line, to look for the One Piece, to look for his treasure. And I think the acting was really good on this part. I thought it was really cool to really see Logtown blown up. They definitely sneaked in a lot of unnecessary camos at the beginning. You saw a young Smoker, a young Mihawk, and different characters within those realms. But I thought stature-wise and presence-wise, the acting was fine, but I don't feel like he really brought the essence to excite a lot of people and excite that many people to go out to the Grand Line. I thought he lacked a lot of structure. I would rate him probably a solid 7. I thought he was good, but he wasn't perfect. Let's see. Yes. With Netflix, their anime adaptations fall pretty short. I hated Death Note live action adaptation. Now, Leon, if you have not tried this one's not even close to Death Note. Death Note was trash. Like, I hate to talk ill on a lot of things, but that adaptation was terrible. The guy that played Light was not Light. It was not even close to the anime and stuff. So definitely, what up, Blue Boy Cinema just became the second member. Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you for being here, buddy. You unlocked the 4 emotes and the badge right next to your name. That's super awesome. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. That's so awesome. I still have to work on the badges, by the way. So they're pretty basic. They're pretty ugly right now, but we do have 4 emotes. A thumbs up from Naruto, a waving Luffy, a freaked out Goku, and also a crazy looking Ichigo. So, hey, look at you. Thank you so much, Josh. That's so awesome. Yeah, but Death Note is not even close in the same ballpark for this. I do have my reservations because I love One Piece and I love the goofy nature and the spectacular that it actually is for a show. And I will say that Death Note did not capture the essence like this one does. I also disliked it when they put the camera in front of the actors' faces. It looked kind of weird. Yeah, like when they got really, really close. I think that was the director at that point, what was going on. The director, that director for that episode really tried to show a lot of emphasis and a lot of emotion by zooming in a lot. That does not happen throughout the entire show. Just like with shows like these, they do get different directors throughout the entire show. And it just seems like there's stylistic differences that happens through episode to episode. I sadly have to go. Bye, Snook. Can't wait to see the Beast Go on review. Bye. Isaiah, bye. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thumbs up. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much for becoming members. But in the chat, Josh, I know you just got here. We're ranking the adaptation and how well you think this guy did comparatively to the anime. Give it a, I don't know, 1 out of 10. What do you think? I said about a 7. I thought he was all right. He just lacks stature. Frost. Yeah, they haven't made him. That would be a pretty easy make if they made Frost in SH Figuarts. But yeah, definitely need a Frost in the SH Figuarts line for Dragon Ball Super. And in the manga, in one page they show second form Frost. Really? That's cool. What is second form Frost? Because isn't technically second form Frost? Isn't that fourth technically the one that looks like Cooler? Because isn't Frost in the 4th form technically? So this would be the 5th form? Or did he downgrade, not upgrade? I'd say, well, 7 as well. I wish he spoke just a little less. Yeah, because I feel like the more he talked, it kind of gave away the mystery of him. And like, even the speaking to me, Josh, didn't really matter that much. It was the stature part. Leon, become a member. What's going on, Leon? Thank you so much for becoming a member, getting that awesome badge next to your name, and also using those 4 brand new emotes that you can use. Thank you so much for becoming a member. That's super, super awesome. Thank you so much. No, like second form Frieza, it looks like, oh, okay. So he downgraded, not upgraded. That's cool. All right, so 7 out of 10. I think Josh and I are in agreement on this. Let's go over to Luffy. Now, this is going to be very divisive. I wasn't a big fan of the actor that played Luffy. I don't know if that's because in my head, I love Luffy so much. He's so high energy. He's so golden hearted, and he just laughs a lot, and he just looks so cheerful that I don't know. And out of every single person in the show, he's the only, or not in the show, inside the crew, inside the Straw Hats, he was the one that looked the worst when it came to costume. He just looked cheap. I hated the strap. Like Paula mentioned earlier, this thing drove me insane. The kid would not leave it alone. It was always prominent right here in his face. He was always messing with it. Every time he pulled the hat down, he messed with it. When he took it off to give to Nami towards the end of the show, he had to like purposely pull it up. In the anime, they hardly ever show the strap, and it's all it is like a little shoelace, like very tiny strap. Why they made the conscious decision to make it a thick rubber band, I just felt it was more distracting because the kid had to get it out of the way, and it was probably stiff to the point to just mess with it constantly. I think they could have left the strap. They should have made it thinner, and then also at the same time, they could have just tucked that inside of his hat, like up in it, so you didn't see it a lot of times, because I'm sure, like in this shot right here, this is what Luffy looks like in the anime, there is no hanging strap. There is a strap, especially when it falls off his head, but right now there is no strap, and what I would justify in that, obviously it's probably easier to animate without a strap. What I would justify with that is that he probably tucked it inside his hat, and that's what they should have done here. 6 out of 10 from Mars, and Josh said 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go worse than you guys. I'm gonna say like a 4 or a 5. I really didn't like him. I don't know why. I think out of all the characters, Luffy I held at the highest standard because he is so prominent. He can go from the happy-go-lucky, like I said, like smiles and giggles and everything, all the way down to, you know, all the way as a serious and just like he's gonna kill you. But I just think that for the acting ability of this actor, like I know he's young, but I just don't feel like I got both sides, and this to me wasn't Luffy. And his lisp annoyed me a lot, and the strap. I wonder how they will do Chopper. Oh, dude, that terrifies me. When they get to the next arc and they do Chopper, that's gonna terrify me, because what are they gonna do? I don't know. But, and I know Josh is probably fuming in the comments here. I just didn't like him. I mean, I would say he's probably one of the most disliked characters for me. I wish they showed the tiger. Are you talking about Lucci? That doesn't happen for a long time. I don't know anything but One Piece, so I can't give it appropriate ratings. Okay, Leon, I appreciate that. From Buggy's crew. The tiger from Buggy's crew. Oh, yeah, they omitted a lot of characters, a lot of the lion. Yeah, they omitted a lot of characters. Like in Arlong's crew, they didn't do the octopus and stuff. I think they definitely took a conscious effort to try not to do crazy amount of characters, like especially when it dipped more into the animal versions. And that's why, like I mentioned with Chopper, like Chopper is going to be really hard to do, and that terrifies me. So let's move on to the next character, Zoro. If you guys had a rating for Zoro, aesthetically, acting wise, everything under the sun, what did you guys think? I think Chopper will look good. All the VXS is really good in the show. Dude, I will agree with that. That's the one thing that I will say was very, very well done that I was surprised on. All the gum effects looked awesome. They didn't look bad. The only one that was kind of rough was the very first one, when he did the gum pistol for the very first time against Alvida. But other than that, it was all right. I did not have any issues with that by any means. Let me stop something real quick. Let me stop this. Shut down that. Maybe that's impacting the stream. Sorry if it's being jittery. I think my phone will look good. All the VX is really good in the show. I'm so late and I'm tuning in live, but if anyone is claiming this live action is any capacity superior to the source material, they're smoking crack. Also, what up? No. Not everybody is saying it's better than the source material. I don't think that's even close, but it is actually a pretty decent adaptation. But I appreciate you being here. What's going on, man? The only thing that you've missed, we've rated 2 characters so far. We rated the we're going through pretty much not shot by shot, but character by character, side by sides between, and we're just talking about how accurate the characters were, if that's the acting ability, or also if you haven't seen it, maybe just the appearance alone. But I don't think anybody's making that claim. And also the other thing you missed is, which I think you're in the, I don't remember if you're in the Discord, but the last thing you missed was we talked about memberships are now active on the channel. We are now YouTube partners. Thank you to you guys. So if you want to become a partner, unlock the nice badge like Blue Boy Cinema and also Mars have next to their channel. You can join up for memberships, but that's pretty much it. Gold Roger, we gave a pretty standard, what was it, 7 out of 10. I thought he was all right, and we very up and down on Luffy. We had a 10 out of 10, we had a 7 out of 10, or 6 out of 10, and I gave it a 5. But thank you for being here. All right, Josh says 8 out of 10 for Zoro. He's my favorite character in One Piece. All of Zoro's fights were awesome in live action. All the fight scenes actually were pretty awesome. Actually, in the middle of drawing Zoro. That's dope, dude. I love to see your drawings. What are the octopus and the best character in the show, though? Yeah, I would say, Josh, I'm right there with you. I think Zoro was pretty good. He is kind of a hard character to nail down, but just because there's not a lot going on with the character. Like, what came down to me was he didn't look cheap. He didn't look like he was wearing cosplay. All his uniforms throughout the show looked pretty decent, and the action was on fire, dude. And fun fact, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the beginning scene, the one where he fights Mr. Seven, that is never shown in the manga. I don't think in the manga or the anime. It's definitely not shown in the anime until later when he fights Baroque Works, and it's like a throwaway line that he was trying to be recruited by number 7 and cut him down. So it's kind of like a little funny Easter egg that we actually get to see that before he actually joins up with Luffy, which is kind of cool. The show did what I was supposed to do. It considered everything well. Live action, all the characters were 100% accurate, and the heart of heart One Piece was on par with the anime. I would say 100% accurate, but it was really good. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen, but still, my question is, did we really need it? But I would say 8 out of 10. I thought the action was pretty cool. I didn't mind the fight with Mihawk with Zoro. It's just, I thought the fight was pretty good, but the lead up I didn't like at all. I don't like how they wrote out Don Krieg. I thought that was a very good sign. And also the whole Barati arc, they completely cut a lot of the Sanji out, and that's my favorite character. And he was just a background character in his own introduction. Outside of his flashback scene, he was pretty much just a secondary character, which I did not appreciate. When Zoro uses his 3-sword style, I felt like it had purpose because he would only pull it out when necessary. Yes, he didn't use it all the time, and actually it didn't look, to me, it didn't look as goofy as I thought it was going to. But also, it's not that, it got goofy to me when it got to the things that make One Piece great, which is the fantastical part. Like, that's the only part with One Piece that I love about it. It's so quirky, it's so weird, and those are the things that no matter how hard you try, I don't think translate very well to the live action. But the swords, he did really, really well as the sword fights. I did enjoy that. I was surprised when Zoro cuts the guy in half and could not see. Dude, that surprised the crap out of me. I did not expect them to go that violent. It was really, really insane that they did that. I was like, oh, okay. Don Krieg is a throwaway character in the anime anyways. I thought it was funny that he died so quickly in the live action. I don't know, man. Like, I really liked the fight with him and Sanji and Luffy. I really liked that part of the anime. I know he was a throwaway character in a sense where he was introduced just to be beat, but also it was like that, you know, walking upstairs. He was the next step for Luffy to jump up to be prepared to fight Arlong rather than going from 0 to 60. So it gave him a stepping block to get to those levels, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I disagree with that, but I mean, I really like Don Krieg as a character in the show. So Otis said that he wanted the live action to introduce One Piece to a new audience and not the One Piece fans. Yeah, dude, I definitely agree. Like, I understand that because it had to, what they want, the story that they wanted to tell, by the way, thank you so much for being here. What they tried to do is take 60 episodes and shove it into 8 hours. And that's a lot. That's a big ask. I think anybody that is talented and wants to cover these, there's so many good pieces within those 60 episodes. It's really a pick and choose of what you want to cut. And I thought they did an okay balance between that of what they wanted to introduce, and also like it's really interesting now that not a lot of people will go back and watch an anime that's made in 1999, but introducing the Netflix show this way where they can pretty much speed run to the end of the Arlong Park arc and really get it further, like dip their toes in it. Maybe this inspires people to go into the actual anime and runs away from that, which is really, really cool. Zoro even drops the F-bomb. He does. I will say Zoro's actor did a great job, and I'm a live action hater. Yeah, I'm right there. I'm definitely a live action hater as well. But that is not unwarranted. So, but he did a damn good job. I would agree. If I watch this movie, would it be a good introduction into One Piece? Leon, I don't know. Ooh. It's an okay introduction. It's a way for you to experience the essence of the show, but I do feel like you would miss a lot of the charm that is the anime itself. If I had to choose between the two, the anime is far superior, but this one is not. I would not take this one as gospel, and I would not take this one as like what, I don't know, a true one-to-one inspiration from the anime, but I think it's decent. I always prefer if I watch the anime. Like, I don't know if I'd watch season 2 if they made it. Don Krieg, he was so annoying in the anime. I actually wanted to stop the show, but it was worth to watch it to go to the Arlong. He's a cool. Yeah, Arlong was dope. You didn't like Don Krieg? I liked him. I thought he was cool. Peach, what up? Yo, what's going on? Thank you for being here. But the live action did its job, as have seen many non-One Piece fans and non-anime fans interested in One Piece. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you are hitting, like, you're spitting facts. You're hitting the nail on the head twice in a row. It definitely consolidated and brought the spotlight onto One Piece to really show it to a broader audience, and made it a little bit more violent, made it a little less fantastical than the actual anime is, but at the same time, it made it a little bit more easy to consume, especially in 8 hours rather than 1,200 episodes. But so you're exactly right. It is a good introduction into it, but I would not say it's a great replacement. Vincent, for me, it feels that Transformer Rise of the Beast and the live action One Piece stays almost true to the source. I mean, it stays as close to the source as it can be. I don't think they did a horrible job by any means. I agree it's really good, but doesn't compare to the manga or the anime. Yes. Yes. If you're asking me, should I watch the anime or should I watch the show? I would say watch the anime. To me, you would get a better reaction and a better introduction on exactly what the show is like. And even like a lot of people I know would even fight between what's the better introduction, the anime or the manga, because I've heard really high praise for the manga itself. Action Figure Avenue. I think one of the Straw Hats needs to die by the end of the show, and think it should be Zoro. I don't think they need to die. I don't know if that's in the cards for it, because from my knowledge of One Piece, where I'm at and kind of the bullet points that I know going on, not a lot of people die. There's maybe a handful, and we're not going to mention names because we don't want to spoil it. But I don't know if that's the true nature of the show. It's all about brotherhood and coming together and becoming a family, and becoming a family of misfits kind of thing. Not so much becoming a family with actual family members, but finding those riffraff to come together. So, let's see. Showdown. It's different from the anime by a little bit. Reaction 101, what's going on? How did you enjoy it? What is your rating on Zoro? We get a lot of 8 out of 10s, and that's what I gave him. Zoro was an 8 out of 10 on this one. I'm actually watching the anime right now. Dope, Josh. Dude, you need to calm down. You're gonna outpace me, man. It was a pleasure to watch, especially having just watched the anime recently. Really? That's awesome. So you probably have fresh eyes on it. To be able to notice the difference was awesome. I bet, dude. Like, I watched Romance Dawn, this arc, or this part of the anime. Dude, I watched it forever ago. The East Blue Saga, like forever ago. Years and years ago. So, I do remember it pretty consistently of like what was going on in all the story beats. And maybe not like the fine details, but it definitely, I could, once something happened, I was like, oh, that's not how this happens. So, move on to the next character, please. Okay, they really have been really hinting at Luffy and Zoro's death. Really? Where are you in the anime? I am right past the Indri's Lobby. I'm at the end of it. So right before Garp shows up for the very first time. The live action was good fighting scenes and good editing. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's, I mean, I thought it was decent. It's not a replacement, but I thought it was okay. Here's Nami. She killed it in episode 7. If anybody have gotten there, the scene where she's given the hat is all I'm going to say. If you haven't got to that or haven't got to there, her eyebrows aren't orange. 2 out of 10. What are you guys rating on her? I thought she was probably one of the, I don't know. I'd probably give her a 7 or an 8. I can't decide if she's just good or better than good, but I would say probably an 8 just for episode 7. I thought she did really, really good at that part. She was just okay. Other than that, she was just kind of okay. Nami is a 7.3 out of 10. Okay, I mean, I would go along with that. 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 or 8. I just thought episode 7. Mars, I know you're not on episode 7 unless you've been watching since the last time we spoke. Number 7, she really ramps up the action or the acting, and I think she did a really good job. I wish I could forget One Piece just to watch it again. Yeah, that would be cool. Just the experience of the first time, that'd be really awesome. 7 out of 10. Is Smoke Show a rating? What's Smoke Show? I don't know what Smoke Show. So, Josh, what did you give Nami? I know you're probably saying 10 out of 10, right? Smoker. Oh, yeah, at the end? He is not he's not in this build out because he was only shown young at the very first scene, and then of course I'd give her a 10 as well. She acting was the best of all of them. Fair enough. I thought, yeah, episode 7 she killed it, guys. So I'd say an 8 just for that scene. It bumps her from a 7 to an 8. She was all right. And then we got Usopp. Oh, Smoke Show means she's hot. Got you. Mihawk is a 10 out of 10. Yes, Nami is great. What up, Sherwin? How are you? Thanks for joining the chat. We're just comparing characters. We've gone through a handful of them. We're just now on Usopp. I thought it was terrible. He was awful. I thought he looked the part. I know a lot of people don't like Usopp because how annoying he is and all the pirates that it's in, but he was terrible. He needs the long nose. I don't think they should have done the long nose. I think that was a good call on not doing that. I thought he looked the part, especially when he got into this uniform towards the end. The traditional like overalls with no shirt. I thought he was spot on look wise. The dude just, I don't know. Like his acting was not great. He is definitely like a 3 out of 10 for me. I don't think he was great. I thought he looked the part. Maybe he needed an acting coach to help him along the way, or really just like, it almost was like to me when you find like a young actor, or when you watch like homemade movies and stuff, or like lesser movies, it's where like somebody wants to go all the way, but just kind of like, it's like where you want to yell, but you're trying to hold back. Like when people like stream and they're trying to yell, but then they're trying not to wake somebody up upstairs. Like he held back a lot. I definitely think he was like a 4. Like he was not very good. I didn't like live action Usopp. I loved anime. Yes, I would agree. I really liked, he is absolutely, and I know a lot of people will agree with this. He is very annoying when you first meet him. Absolutely annoying. But there's almost a charm that you grow throughout the anime to really love him. Where he is at now, I absolutely adore him. Especially foreshadowing when he has the fight with Luffy. After that point, such a big character growth where I ended up really liking the character after that point. But he can be really annoying at this stage in the anime. And I thought, like I said, I think 10 out of 10 for look, 2 out of 10 for acting. So it just wasn't great. Okay, nope, he needs a long nose like Luffy needs his hat. It's a character trait. All right, Josh said, I'd give Usopp probably a 6. I liked that he didn't stream all the time and enjoyed this subtleness to him being scared all the time. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't like over the top, like crying all the time or screaming all the time. So there was subtleness there, but at the same time, like when he did go to those places, it seemed like he was like internally holding back and wasn't sure that like the director wasn't like just freaking unload and go for it. Like that's what I kind of felt. We've said he sucked. I thought he'd be the best one. He sucked. Yeah. 4 out of 10 for sure. And that's just being kind because he does look the part. I think if you get him in a room, get him some acting lessons, maybe if this does get greenlit for a second season, I don't know how that's going to happen because anime is very divisive. But if it does happen to be that rare one that gets a second season, definitely need to get that kid acting lessons to help him along. If he brings up the acting, he could really, really kill it. The actor who played him went on Twitter and said this was his dream come true. That's awesome for him. Nami sucked 2 episode 7 or not. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's harsh. But hey, I mean, I totally get it. But yeah, that's your opinion. That's cool. I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong. Nami in the show is better. Like, Nami in the anime is better. But, because that's where she is. She's more herself. But I thought the actor did okay. I liked 7 until Luffy showed up. He needed at least a little bigger nose. I don't know if the nose, I mean, obviously it's iconic because it is Usopp, but at the same time, like, I don't know if it's that necessary. Like, that's where it would stretch it a little bit. I wonder if they will do Frankie. Absolutely, when they get to Frankie in Water 7, they'll do Frankie for sure. How they'll do Frankie, I'm not sure. Usopp is 6.5 out of 10. I liked Usopp, 9 out of 10. Wow, Mars coming in with the opposite. Okay. I mean, that's the great thing about this, guys, having opinions, and you like who you like, and that's okay. We're all over the spectrum. I thought he was the worst one. All right, now we got to talk about the best character in One Piece. The best Straw Hat, in my opinion, is Sanji. Absolutely loved this guy. 10 out of 10 for me. Maybe that's a little biased because I love the character, but he also did great. The kicking and the action looked fantastic. I thought he looked not cheap. I mean, it's not hard to make him look legit because it's just a suit, but he was fantastic. I thought his no curly brows. He doesn't need the curly brows. Like, he didn't need those. That would make it look a little weird, but I thought he was fantastic. I loved him. The only thing I had a problem with is whenever I got to his story arc, I thought he was robbed. I thought he became a side character and took a back seat to everything that was going on. I really thought that they didn't let him shine. He had his little flashback, him as a kid, which I thought they captured okay, but he didn't really get to shine within that. And it really was outshadowed by Luffy fighting Arlong and the Mihawk fight and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't feel like he got his, for how strong he was as an actor and portraying this part. I thought he was shortchanged when it came to his own arc. And to me, 10 out of 10. best one in the show. On Straw Hats, at least. Maybe the show. I don't know. I don't remember who else we have on this list. We have quite a bit of them. I think we have like 20 characters that I pulled clips together. Let's see. Sanji was great. Sanji was the best part outside of Zoro. Agreed. Zoro was pretty good. Zoro and Sanji, and I love the fact. I loved it. I wanted to clap when he called him Mosshead. I loved it. It was great. I haven't got to him yet, but the shirt isn't blue if you look. I know it's blue here with black lines, and they did white, and I mean, I don't really care. I mean, to be honest with that, just wait. Actually, when you get to that part where he actually starts kicking and doing like actually fighting, it looks sick. He did a great job. Sanji was really cool though. Yeah, he was. I'm afraid they would take away taking him smoking, so I'm happy they didn't do that. Was he smoking in the show? I don't even remember. I don't remember him ever with a cigarette. So I think, didn't they take away his smoking? I don't remember it at all. At least they didn't replace it with like a lollipop stick like they did with the Fox, when they did the Fox kid version, when it came to America, they replaced it with a lollipop, which I thought was really stupid. Sanji is 8.8 out of 10. Reaction, you got all these point ratings, but 8.8. I'd give 10. What? Action, you don't even know, man. 4 out of 10. He smoked once. Oh, okay. They should have gave him a lollipop like the... No! No lollipop. No. He lit it up one time. Oh, okay. But best character, love this character in the anime. I thought this guy did a fantastic job. And honestly, like, didn't even know I wanted it, but love the fact that he was British. He has no blue shirt. All right, and then we're going to talk about Kobe. I thought look and acting wise, I thought this character was fine. Sherwin, what's going on? Yes, Sanji's story was not done very well in the live action, but he acted very well. I agree, he was robbed. Kobe, I didn't mind the actor and the character, but after episode 1, this character should have been nixed, like cut out of the show. I honestly did not think that this character needed 8 episode arc. I thought it was unnecessary. It took away a lot of the action that we needed to see inside the Arlon Park, where the showtime after episode 1 happened with this character, or maybe episode 2 after the Axan Morgan stuff. Like after that, the character should have went away. Like we didn't need all the extra stuff, because I felt like where we added this crap or this stuff, like we took away from everything else that could have been flushed out, like all the Barati stuff, all the Kuriga stuff, like all of that stuff that could have been done better by spending more time on it or budget. They gave it to this character, and I was so upset with it. I hated this character being on screen more than that, and that's because everything they did was pointless. I did not care about this character. I thought it hit the beats that needed to be done in episode 1 and maybe 2. I can't remember how the episodes broke down, but after that, they should have wrote it off. I thought him going side by side and traveling behind Luffy with Garp was unnecessary, and definitely I thought ruined one of the biggest surprises later in the anime, and we'll get to that here in a second. But terrible. 1 out of 10. That's just because I don't want to give anybody a 0. And it's not even the kid's fault. Okay, so let's be fair. The kid as Kobe, a solid 7. I thought that fine. The unnecessary version of why this character, horrible. Take him out. 1 out of 10. Kobe. Looks like he's a young Justin Bieber. Yep. Kobe is negative 20 out of 10. That is a harsh grade, but I would not disagree with you there. He looks like a young Justin Bieber. He does, for sure. Kobe was shit tier. I would agree. I'm joking. Kobe is around a 4. Yeah, not great. I just thought, like, for what the character did, in too much. Unnecessary arc that wasted screen time for the Straw Hats. I wanted to see more of the Straw Hats, and maybe that would have gave that runtime to the Straw Hats to flesh out a lot of the story. He was better in live action than the anime, at least where I'm at currently in the anime. Yeah, because he disappears. After the Axe Hand Morgan stuff, he's gone for a long time. 5 out of 10 because I just don't like Kobe. Yeah, I would agree. They spent all the time on Kobe that should have been on other stuff. Really, and the source video smashing 60 Evos, and it had no business stuffing more than 4 minutes of screen time. I would agree. Like, after his last part in the Axe Hand Morgan, when they get onto Shell Island, he should have been wrote out of the show. And I really think, I think you hit it head on the, nail on the head. They should have wrote him out. Not this kid's fault, but definitely the screenwriter's fault. Did not unnecessarily had Kobe in pretty much as a secondary main character, which I don't care about Kobe. Get this kid out of the show. Just write him out, be done with it. Maybe now that they've concluded and caught up with Luffy at the end of the show, maybe they just go away from this whole aspect. Kept showing him playing board games. Yeah, just play chess the whole time. I don't care. All right, so Alvida, I thought this one was all right. I thought it was a solid 7. Nothing great, nothing bad. I thought it missed the part. Kind of, I liked the look of this actress. I thought she played the attitude kind of well. Obviously maybe not as, played it more manipulative than actually fearful, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Very like talk down to Kobe and all that kind of stuff. So I don't feel like it was very like fearful, like, oh my God, she's going to kill me, more than manipulative. And that's okay, but I thought she looked great. I thought it was fine for the very little screen time she had. I thought it was good enough. This is the one time in the show that I thought that when she gets hit by the Gum pistol, I thought it looked a little bit janky, but that was the worst of the CG, and that was a blessing in disguise, especially with all the Gum powers. Do they ever show her skinny? Action, they do not, because they're not there in the show. She was fine, 6 out of 10. She was too beautiful for that role. Hey, what's up, Real Shrek? Shrek, how are you? Thanks for joining the stream. No White House, 1 out of 1,000. I wonder how Alvida will look like. Grown up will look like? True. So yeah, I thought 7. Not the actress's fault. I thought she did fine. She, like I said, she played it more manipulative than fearful. For this character, I feel like she's very, very, very strong, everything like that. But I mean, okay, 7 out of 10. No Red Shirt, also 1 out of. Oh my gosh. Hey, we needed to. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know why. Like, they gave her the pink shirt underneath, but then didn't give her the white hat and the green band and the everything. You guys are really tearing this apart. They needed to have color accuracy. What are they doing? But I thought she was okay. For as little as a part she was, eh. All right, so here's the first thing. 7 out of 10, okay. So Axe Hand Morgan, what are your guys' ratings on him? I will reserve my thoughts until I see a couple ratings here. Axe Hand Morgan, the first big Marine that they technically fight. You guys have any thoughts? Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, let's see. Who cares about color accuracy if the character plays the character right? That's all that matters. His hair looks off, 1 out of 50. He looks kind of accurate. Didn't like Morgan, 4 out of 10. So the one thing that bothered me with Morgan, I thought the actor was okay. I thought he was kind of a throwaway, kind of a, nope, only color. Hey, what matters to you doesn't matter to somebody else, you know? I thought the accuracy for this character, he just wasn't, and this is going to be a recurring theme going forward. This character's huge. His stature is massive. He looks down on a lot of people. He's big, he's intimidating, he's physically intimidating, and that was a complete whiff on this guy. He was not intimidating anymore. He kind of looked goofy. He didn't he kind of looked old and frail to me. Like, he was not intimidating when it came to the Axel Morgan that's in the show. And I thought the fight at the end versus him was just, I don't even remember how they beat him in the show. It was so forgettable. I just didn't care for it. He wasn't douchey enough. Yeah, I would agree. He didn't really play out like the series because Luffy beat the crap out of him. The real series, I'm pretty sure. Axe hand life action looks accurate but less menacing. 4 out of 10. What's going on? Was professional video watcher? What's going on? How are you? Thanks for joining the stream. Reaction 101 gave it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, I would say probably a 4 in my opinion. I thought 4 out of 10. With this character, the physical dominance was very lacking, like non-existent almost. So to me, like, I just thought it was very, very mid and just forgettable. This guy looked old and frail. He didn't look like, I think they should have just honestly, like, with this character, I don't even know if the acting is as important than the physical, like, appearance, to the point where, like, just go hire a wrestler, somebody huge. Like, I don't even care if he talked that much. He could just grunt it a bunch of times. But just having the physical dominance to look the way he needed to be, I felt like this was a miss. But at the same time, he's out the window. We don't have to worry about him. We got looks actually 5 out of 10 by Reaction 101. His chin isn't the right color. Now you just type in random numbers. His chin is silver. That is the lighting effect off the chin. How about 4.5 out of 10? Yeah, I would agree with that. I think what bothered me the most was the physical dominance that this character lacked, for sure. Who cares doesn't look like it. His jaw plate is nowhere near the color of his jaw plate in the live action. You guys are crazy. Color accuracy. It's metal, guys. It doesn't matter. This is a drawing. This is live action. They made it metal. I just thought he just looked old and frail and not physically intimidating at all, in my opinion. All right, so let's move on. I think we kind of all agree he's kind of mid. Fours and fives is pretty much what I saw. All right, so I don't remember how to pronounce this guy's name. Himenofo or something. Helm is what I thought he was pretty good. I mean, for kind of going back to what we talked about with Kobe, this actor was better. Like, he acted a lot better. I don't think he was whiny enough. I don't think he was spoiled enough. I think we got one really, really good shot of that, and that was in the bar, and that's pretty much the rest of the show that we saw of that. And also at the same time, after they leave Shell Island and get away from Axel and Morgan, this guy should have been wrote out of the show. Like, we don't ever see this character again. I don't care. In the part where we were in the rest of the show, just I thought it was unnecessary alongside Kobe, in my opinion. Negative 10. He was good. 6 out of 10. Mar says 9 out of 10. Isn't the Dumb and Dumber prequel actor? He looks like Lloyd, doesn't he? That's funny. Goat. So I don't know. I thought this actor was better than Kobe, but again, I thought didn't need to be in the show as long as just like Kobe. I think they spent too much time in that realm, and I really honestly did not care at all between him and Kobe's relationship and them becoming friends. Could care less. Mappo trying out Zoro's sword naked in his room was perfect. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 1. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He was good. Best character. I like his haircut, and I like and this is what I like this is what I like in anime stuff, is where like his hair looks stupid in the anime, and the fact that they showed how this haircut came about to match the show, but it made sense. I thought it was very, 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 very perfect. So I thought the guy was a great actor. It's just his character was unnecessary. Best character. Lloyd is best. Lloyd is best character. Lloyd. All right, we're talking about Garp. So if you haven't watched the show to this point, which I think is episode 4, or also got to like episode 300 and something, where I'm not even at, this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler. So just FYI. This is your spoiler warning. So what do you guys rank Garp, the grandfather, next character of the phone snails? No. The phone snails creep me out, dude. They look horrible. They look like nightmare fuel for sure. I would say Garp, he was okay. There's really one scene I really liked from him, and that was the part where he picked up the cannonball and we're chasing Luffy. But outside of that, like, I thought this character, the actor was fantastic. He did a good job. I thought this character was unnecessary because you see him in a glimpse at the, you see him at a glimpse after X-Hand Morgan, but you don't even really ever see his face. And then you don't see him again for like, I don't know, like episode 300 is when he's truly introduced. And the bomb is dropped, which I'm about to drop it. So if you don't want to be spoiled, he is Monkey D. Garp. He is the grandfather of Luffy. And I felt like that was kind of like just, I don't know, ripped out like too early in the show. An unnecessary plot point that happened way too early in the show and felt like was forced in too early into the show to take away, to fabricate a storyline that didn't need to happen. And that's why we got all the Kobe crap and all the Helm crap. So 7 out of 10. I thought he did a good job. Again, I would probably say a 7 or an 8. He was probably one of the most, like, they're one of the best actors and most seasoned actors on the show. But I feel like he was unnecessary for the show at this point. Maybe, like, it would have been fine to have him, like, have a cameo or something. Like, have a cameo, go in, deal with their repercussions of the Shell Island, the Shell base, the Marine base, and call it good, and then rearview mirror. Like, I just don't feel like he was necessary at this point. SH Figuarts Premium Bandai 99 pack snail phones. 99 of them, like the little earbuds, which was really gross. Putting a snail in your ear was nasty. We need a live action SH Chopper. Dude, they're making live action SH Figuarts from this. Just so depending on the popularity of the show and the popularity of those sell, if they do, I just don't think season 2, I don't think we'll even, if they get into season 2, I don't think it will get to the Grand Line yet. I don't think they'll get to Chopper. I think it will end with Alabasta, in my opinion. Sherwin says, at first I thought making him a villain of the season is bad, but the conclusion of the fight with Luffy was actually great, so Garp 8 out of 10. Okay. He was just playing board games with Kobe. He was teaching Kobe. I just didn't feel like, because technically I wasn't their way, but he was introduced way too early into the show. And I felt like, again, where the time they should have spent with the Straw Hats, you know, why is Zoro like this? Why is Sanji like this? Why this? That's what we should have learned. And more about Luffy and his motivations than when we learned about his grandpa. I don't know. I feel like it was way, way, way too early. Garp was way too serious in the portrayal. Not at all how Garp would react at all. See, I can't speak on that because I have not met him in the anime yet. I am right there because I know he shows up for the very first time after Indra's Lobby. And I literally think I looked up the episode for him because I was like, I don't think I've met him yet because where I'm at. And I think he shows up in like episode 314. I'm on like 305. So I'm like within like 6 or 7 episodes from meeting him. So I can't say how the betrayal between how the live action actor did and how he is, but I just felt way too early. I felt like an unnecessary step forward into this. So 3 out of 10 doesn't have a big neck. If you look, I think making him that serious makes sense. It does for the, so it makes sense for making him as serious as he is in the show here because of what they were trying to do with the character. Again, I felt like too early, and that whole part of his, Kobe's and Helm's, or Hemepo, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Like, I felt like that was unnecessary, which took away a lot from the Straw Hats, where I felt like we should have spent a lot of our time learning about the Straw Hats, and maybe it would have felt, I know they were trying to go from 60 episodes down to, 8 episodes, but at the same time, like, that's where we could have probably used a little bit more of, like, quick whipping of the crew on the ships or all that kind of stuff. I think best character in the show is Drip, Kobe, and John Cena. So let's move on to the next character. I don't even remember who I said it. Like, I set this in a particular order for some reason. I don't remember what the order is, so I can't even tell you who's next. This is Bogard. He is the right-hand man of Garp. Kind of forgettable. Don't really care. I don't even know if we need to rate him, guys. Don't really care about this character at all. What are you guys' thoughts? Forgettable? Unrankable? Professional video watcher says unnecessary. Don't know who that is. He is the right-hand man of Garp. So yeah, I think he's kind of unnecessary. I don't even know if he acted enough in the show. It was just like, hey, this actor is playing this character. Cool. So I don't know. In my opinion, I just think it's not necessary to have this character right now. Irrelevant. So we're just gonna skip. We're gonna put an irrelevant out of 10. Do not care. Next. All right, here's the big hitter, guys. He looks like a thin man from the Little Nightmares too. He does. He's Bogard, and Oda gone on a record saying that he forgot he even existed. That's hilarious. He looks like he's crying on the anime side. He does. All right, so Buggy, guys, I thought this is really when, if the acting was here and Buggy showed up, boom, through the roof. I thought this Buggy really notched up the anime and threw the roof. I really enjoyed Buggy quite a bit. I thought he was great. I thought he encapsulated the character very well. He didn't. This shot of Buggy, especially this is the shot from the first trailer, it really did him injustice and made him look really weird, and it looked like it was kind of jarring when they included that. But seeing how he was in the anime, I thought it was really, really cool. His acting was freaking awesome. It did bother me a little bit that they condensed the whole arc of Buggy, because in the show they steal the map from the base, but in the anime they steal the map from Buggy. So there was supposed to be a whole town battle, and they reduced all of that to a circus area. It just showed his malicious intent inside that circus stuff, but I definitely feel like it neutered it quite a bit. And I know one character I forgot to include on that is his right-hand man, his first mate, the guy on the tricycle. When he rolled in to throw the knives at Zoro, I freaking laughed. But I thought Buggy, when he was introduced, acting went through the roof. He completely buried Luffy, Nami, and Zoro on screen. It almost seemed like, oh, that's acting, and then this is real acting. I thought he did a fantastic job. See shots. See those shots up close are really funny looking. Yeah, they definitely did him injustice and made it look really creepy. Buggy SH Figuarts reveal soon. I would expect if they do a Buggy SH Figuarts reveal, it will be for the live action. But it depends. Are they gonna do? They have Zoro and they have Luffy right now. If these are successful, I'd be very surprised if Nami's not the next one. So Buggy might be down the line, but I think there's a more realistic option to get a live action Buggy in the SH Figuart lines if the line does well, more so than the anime, just because where they're doing them in the arc. Let's see. Josh says 9 out of 10. Buggy is 10 out of 10. His best character in the live action. Sherwin, he is definitely up there. I would say I liked. Up to this point, I would agree with you until we met Sanji, and I really like Sanji. I thought Sanji was perfect. So, and I have a bias towards Sanji. Buggy was absolutely perfect. His acting was marvelous. Professional video watcher, I agree. Buggy was good. He's different from the source material, but still works. Yeah, I would agree. He's a little different, not drastic, nothing, you know, night and day difference, but he was really good. Only 10 out of 10 characters in One Piece is Buggy, Drip, Zarbon, Drip, Kobe, and John Cena. Are you planning on picking him up? The live action SH Figuarts? Hell no. Anime ones, yes. If they make a Buggy anime inspired SH Figuarts, I'll pick it up. Live action ones, I'm not touching. I don't want them. This is not my One Piece, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I would pick up the anime versions, but not the live action versions, no. Plus, SH Figuart really doesn't do live action real faces very well. I'll grab the live actions ones off the bargain rack in a few months. They might be giving them away. Who knows? It just right now, everybody's getting through it. It's the first weekend of the show being out, so we've got to get through that and really have all these people get done with the show and rate it before we get a real accurate of how it's overarching reviewed. Buggy needed to stay smaller for longer. Yeah, that was really funny that they recreated the scene of him being tiny with his hands and his feet. I liked him. I thought his powers looked fine. I was really worried about that I would look like crap, but it was fine. It wasn't super great, but it also wasn't horrible by any means. All right, so we'll go on to the next one. This is the big bad from the show, and it is Arlong. The small form of Buggy was so funny. Yeah, he was hilarious. That actor did a fantastic job. All right, so what's your guys' rate on Arlong? I thought he was terrible. He wasn't menacing. He wasn't big enough. He looked weird. This is where the show started turning for me, where it started looking cheap. I know it had a big budget and they decided to do more prosthetics than CG, but he wasn't big enough. He wasn't intimidating enough. I don't know. The nose really bothered me the way he did it. The eyes just like, because there's so much prosthetic on his face and they created the nose, his eyes seemed really, really set far back. And I thought he was a 3 out of 10. That's an arbitrary number. Like, I just did not like Arlong the way they portrayed him in the show. I did not like him at all. His nose really looks like fish. They did him dirty. 1 out of 1 million. Arlong was comically bad, as were the rest of the fishmen. Not good, folks. Yeah, this is where I thought it definitely took a turn. Hell no, they did my boy Arlong wrong on this one. Yeah, like, this is where things in the anime, like, this is a fish guy in the anime. This worked. He was menacing, he looked fine, it worked everything, and then when you try to translate it, not fault to... I mean, there's a little bit of fault because they chose to be prosthetic over CG, but would CG look worse or would the prosthetics look worse? So it's really like a lose-lose, because this does not work in the real world. And that's where a lot of animes are beholden to try to recreate something more fantasy-based, and it doesn't translate very well. So I thought he looked terrible. I thought you guys were on par. I thought the whole introducing him to pretty much beat up Luffy and at the restaurant, like, introduce him early to cut out another character, kind of like speed ran and gave him false motivation to beat up Arlong, because Luffy's motivation in the anime was not to defeat Arlong, it was to save Nami. And then when he gets to save Nami, he sees how much Arlong tortured her, and that is what makes the switch over for Arlong. They didn't have a fight at the part to be like, oh, I want to beat him. I don't know. Yeah, I thought he was horrible. Like, I did not like it, and this is where episode, was that 6? I don't know, when it just didn't. This is where it started turning really bad for me, and I just like rolled my eyes. This did not work for me personally. Josh says Arlong was great acting, 8 out of 10. So I don't know, guys. Like, I mean, everybody likes what they like, but I definitely felt like all the fishmen, I'm definitely I'm definitely right there on with Moev. Right whenever the fisherman started showing up, this is where it started taking a bad turn. Does he ever take his teeth out and grow them back? I believe so. Yes, in the anime, when Luffy punches him with a pistol, I think he does break his teeth. But that part was cool. Like, that CG was on par. That was cool and gross. But yes, I believe that does happen in the show. It's been a long time, but I do believe that is right out of the anime. I mean the live action. Yes, in the live action, he gets punched in the mouth, and then they do a zoom up of the mouth, and then the old teeth get pushed out by the new teeth. Yes. It's pretty cool looking. Actually, the CGI on that was really dope. He looked bad and terrible. Terrible. All right, let's move on to the next character, guys. Don Krieg. I know a lot of people hated him. This is like the 2 seconds that they spent on him. He looks okay. L. Don Krieg gets 2 L's. What are you talking about? I liked spamming the L in the chat. I see. You did not like Don Krieg? I thought he was okay. Like, I liked him as a character in the anime. Obviously, we got like 2 seconds, and I think they filmed him too far away, so all of his lines were ADR, which if you guys don't know anything about ADR, basically recorded after, and it looked weird. So legit looks like a comic relief scene in Deadpool if Ryan Reynolds was wearing Roman armor or something. I like this character. I really do. I know a lot of people hated him. It's just he like just glossed him over. I mean, that's where, and this is the part where when they kind of just put him in there for more of like a cameo and then wrote him out and did all that kind of stuff, I felt like this is where, when they did that, this is where I started getting the sense of like, oh, they're running out of time. They're rushing. 0 out of infinity and beyond times 1 billion. Because you just didn't like the character that much? Or because this character did a horrible job? Or is it because his hair's not purple enough? Or too purple? Because this is pretty purple and this is faded. But, I don't know. Don Krieg, throwaway character, but I really liked him. He just sucks. He just sucks. Getting some hate on my boy, man. I liked him. All right, so we're going into the... I think he was also irrelevant at this point in time. I mean, so the one thing I will say before we go into Gonzo is I like the fact that we got to see a little bit of the battle before, because if I remember correctly, in the anime, he was in the battle and lost most of his fleet in the Grand Line, and he fled and came to Barati to heal up, and then obviously the conflicts happen. Luffy beats him, and then that's when Mihawk shows up because he was chasing him, and then that's when Zoro noticed him and did all that kind of stuff with Mihawk. I think he is also... every time I look at Don Krieg, I picture Base Kid Vegeta just ripping out his spine. Dang, you dislike him that much? Jeez. All right, so moving on, Gonzo. Or Genzo. I thought this character was spot on. I think this actor did a fantastic job. I thought the scars looked really, really cool. It was really odd to... I don't disagree with the change. So they changed it in this show, in the anime compared to the live action. They changed it to the point where in the anime, they knew that Nami was working for Arlong to build up money to buy the island back. And in the show, in the Netflix adaptation, they made it where they didn't know, so they almost hated her for it. So like that was like whatever. I didn't think that was a big one way or another, but I thought he was perfect. Even in the flashback, they gave him his windmill. They took it out in this part of it. It's whatever. Like, I thought the windmill was kind of important though. I know it was a little goofy, but they'll do other things, and we'll get to that when we talk about Zeph. They'll do goofy stuff for some characters, but not every character. And we have so many other examples. Like, I thought he was perfect. I give him the windmill, man. I thought like that's a big inspiration for Nami's new tattoo after this arc. So Gato was cool. Perfect casting. Okay. His outfit, a different color. 1000. It's brown and green and gold. It's fine. He doesn't deserve that kind of hate. I thought he was I would say definitely a solid 8 or 9. And then we got Kaya. What you got to think about the Kaya? I thought she did really good. She looks the part. She acted very sick. I really wish. I don't know if she had not a lot of playoff with Usopp, but like the Usopp and her relationship, I felt like should have been a little bit better. That love and that trust and the excitement from his stories. I felt like I was lacking there in that relationship, but it was okay. When I said she's kind of annoying. Off topic, but I found the $20 Ryu figure in store, and holy shit, is that thing a bargain for the price? Is that the Dark Ryu? Which Ryu are you talking about? The forehead is accurate. I'll give her that 10 out of 10. Breaking news, Tamashi just released a video showing off the Kurama Link mode Naruto. Oh, cool. Like on Instagram? What do you mean showing, like inbox and everything like they do their reels usually? I mean, they've already showed the pictures of it. Is it just Jada Toys Rio? Oh, yeah. The one we looked at too last week. Is that the one you're talking about? The $25 one? That comes in like the arcade box? Because that one definitely looks sick for 25 bucks. But Kaya's cool. She was kind of annoying, but I think she did fine. I think she was accurate for the role. And they did marry bad. Articulation? Oh, gotcha. SpongeBob announcer. Breaking news. Love SpongeBob. All right, so this is where another big villain got a little cheesy for me. I don't know what you guys think. Like, I don't know. This is where I talked about for Genzo, they wouldn't give him the windmill the whole time because it was too cheesy. But then they do these dumb collars and they do these big, I don't even know what these are. Like a 3-stack turd. Like, I don't know what these designs are on his chest, but they gave him this. Like, why didn't they just do him in a suit and just give him a regular collar? He looks weird. 4 out of 10. You know who he looks like? And let me know if you guys agree. He looks like, from the Michael Keaton Batman, he looks like a young version of Alfred. 3 Hershey's Kisses. 3 Hershey's Kisses molded together. Is that what it is? Did I miss that? That's funny. Yeah, this character was rough for me to watch. I just thought he was over the top. He was, I don't know. Claudador, I don't know. It didn't work. He looks like a butler, I think. Yes, he is a butler. He portrays a butler. But he is the captain of the Black Cat Pirates. And he is trying to steal the shipyard away from Kaya. What are you guys' thoughts on this one? Were you guys taken away as much as I was, or disappointed? I thought he just looked cheesy. And I like how they had him adjust his glasses like that. That was kind of interesting. An interesting take. I think we've got a couple more. I think we got a couple more in here. Oh, that's Gold Roger. Professional Watchers had 2 out of 10. Rian, oh, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for being here. We've got a 6 out of 10. He was okay. I thought he was weird. I just thought it looked odd. Cybermen solos. But, and like with this fight, you know, we'll dive a little bit into this. I really thought it neutered it a little bit, because in the anime, they fight on the beach, they fight by the ship, they do the whole thing down by the ship, and there's like the whole crew, because he calls in his stuff. But they just made it like more of a horror themed ordeal. And when they did that, I just don't feel like it really worked. It just seemed like, because if you think about it, there's Usopp, Nami, Zoro, and Luffy versus 3 of them. So it didn't work for me, the whole horror aspect of it. I understand why they did it, because of budget constraints. Like, let's not do this whole thing where we need 100 extras and this huge battle options. So they scaled it down for it to work within the show, but it didn't work for me. Cybermen solos every East character. I don't agree with that. Some of these characters are dope. All right, guys. So Mihawk, I heard a lot of positive about Mihawk. What are your guys' thoughts on Mihawk? You guys want to know my thoughts? If he's gonna be a cosplayer, he is definitely a 10 out of 10. I thought he looked goofy. Really goofy. It doesn't look natural. Absolutely. That's the thing. When you're taking an anime and you're taking an adaptation from an anime to make it real, it's gotta look natural, not fantastical. And he looks like a cosplay. Like, they could have done something different. Like, this is where I believe the beauty of trying to make it look natural and maybe develop this whole mustache situation into something different, where maybe he had maybe just take this little piece out, or make it where he's got a chin strap where it's cut with maybe some mutton chops, and then his mustache, just make it like a French mustache where it comes out to here and it curls out, like stands away. Kobe ruined the show. Kobe. Yes, he did. Kobe ruined the show for sure. I don't know. They could have done something more, like you said, Ruin Works, like more natural, to the point where this did not work. It didn't work for me. He just looked goofy the whole time. His sword was cool looking. The fight with Zoro was cool looking. I thought it was really funny. I laughed the whole time where he had the tiny sword when he fought Zoro. And we got Shanks. Let me check how many more we have. Let me go over to live here, or the full screen real quick. So I think we only got a handful more. Yeah, we got 2 more to go through. And then we can switch focus. I just figured we could get side by sides of showing what these characters look like and everything. Should have made his facial hair cool. I absolutely. I'm so blessed on this one. I'm so biased on this one. Are you saying Mihawk you're more biased on, or are you talking about Shanks? Yeah, professional. I absolutely think that they should have made more the facial hair on Mihawk a little bit more natural. I think it would have looked a little better. Looked kind of weird when they showed him in the beginning. Really? I actually like this one. I think this one worked. I know Mars and I talked a little bit about it, and it didn't work for him, but this one worked for me. I thought it was all right when Gold Roger died. Oh yeah, because they showed him at the beginning, like when he was younger. Yeah, because they did that they showed Mihawk, Smoker, and Shanks at the beginning. Yeah, like to show like foreshadowing, which I just thought was unnecessary. Like almost like bringing Hollywood tropes into it, which were not necessary, because anybody really watching this is one of two things. It's either the anime people that are going to watch it to pick it apart, or it's going to be people that don't know what's going on, and to create those Hollywood moments to be like, oh, who was that? They're not going to know who it was. The anime is unbeatable. I would agree. This is not a substitute for the anime. I'm going to spell that out right now and throw it down, everybody. This is not a replacement for the anime. This right here is going to be an introduction. If people don't know what the anime is about and kind of want to get a speed run of it, and more, I would say more casuals that are anime fans, it's a great introduction for them, but it's definitely not even close to a replacement and will never replace the anime. I think that's a lot for a lot of adaptations. And I would say that even realms a lot into people that do, that are big book readers. That book to movie is also probably what they're dealing with a lot too. I want someone to draw live action Gear 5 Luffy. Could you imagine the Gear 5 fight if Luffy in a live action? How stupid that would look. I can't stop seeing Robert Downey when they show Shanks. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see that a little bit. I thought he was fine. I like Shanks. I thought he was okay. I really want to see him become one of the emperors. Like, I want to see that side of him. But I know we're obviously at the beginning of the show, and not knowing how not knowing how far this show will go with popularity, of how well it does. Are they going to renew it for season 2? Are they not going to renew it for season 2? Like, where the end is. But I thought he was okay. I thought it was kind of nice to see him at the end too. And then the last character we're going to take a look at is Zeph. I like this character a lot. I thought he did a fantastic job. I would definitely say 8 or 9 out of 10. I thought the actor was fantastic. I love the flashback scene with him. The kid was okay, the version of Sanji, but he was really cool to show his importance and showing the hardship that he went through with Sanji, to show that connection. I thought he was fantastic. And this is where I go back to, why in the hell do they don't do some things, but then they do stupid looking things like this? Like I know they're trying to do the tall hat because that's what he had in the anime, but like, when you don't do all of it and you do half of it and you're just like, I don't know. I thought it was fine. I think they could have just done a regular chef hat on him. I think the braided mustache was as far as they needed to go, and they could just give him a regular chef hat. I think it would have fit the vibe of making it realistic, because they're not doing, Usopp's nose, and they didn't do Sanji's squirrely eyebrows, but then they do shit like this, and they do Mihawk's. Like, it's like you're making up your rules, but you're not following them through on both sides. Let's see what we got. 10 out of 10 perfection for Zeph. He was really good. I really liked him. Chris Pratt as Luffy, Chris Pratt as Zoro, Mr. Beast as Shanks. No, thank you. Hell yeah, 8 out of 10. He was really good. I thought he did a fantastic job. Chris Pratt, Peace, Gear 5, Mr. Beast. No, neither one of them. I don't want Mario in One Piece. Chris Pratt. I like Chris Pratt. I think he's a great Star-Lord. I think he did great as Mario. But no, I do not want him in anime. So, let's go ahead. So that's all the character side-by-sides that I had for the show. What were your thoughts? Like, let's talk a little bit about what you thought, and really answer the 2 questions that I proposed between the thumbnail and also the thumbnail and the title. Is this Netflix best action anime? Or is this Netflix best live action anime that they've ever produced? So we've got One Piece, they've got Death Note, we had the Full Metal Alchemist one. Like, what are your thoughts on, is this the best live action anime adaptation that Netflix or anybody has produced? Death Note is better in anime, or the fry me? The Death Note one was not good. I would disagree with you. I'm not gonna fry you. That's your opinion. This was better than that by a landslide. That was terrible. At least with the characters in this, they were versions of themselves, not completely reworks and Americanized Light Yagami. Light Yagami was not himself in the live action. It was terrible. It was awful, in my opinion. Don't want to roast you. That's your opinion. You are more welcome to have any opinion you like, but I did not think that these two were anywhere close. I guess it is. They don't have a high bar. FMA is better. I'll say that. Fullmetal Alchemist live action was better? Or are you talking about the anime is better than One Piece? Are you talking live action, or are you talking anime? I would say it's definitely the best live action anime, the adaptation. I didn't like Cowboy Bebop at all. I couldn't even finish it. I thought it was definitely better than that, and I understood when the anime got canceled. I don't think it will happen just because how divisive live action stuff can be, but also how much resources have Netflix invested in the One Piece. Are they going to greenlight it? Now, usually shows do really, really well within the first weekend. If we don't hear a green light fairly soon, I would be very surprised if they move forward on it, because that's the one thing with anime communities. They're going to shout, and they're going to shout very, very loudly. And I see a high possibility of them shutting this down and not supporting it. Does it need to happen? No. Will it happen? Maybe. It just depends on the support of the community out there. The time I got reincarnated as Yamcha, it was horrible compared to the show. At least it did something different. Yeah, and that's fine. If you want to make something different, make it something different, and don't call it Death Note, and don't call your character Light, and don't have, like, you can even have Ryuk, but somebody else pick up the book, and do, like, what if an American picked up the book? Just don't do the story. And that's the inevitable thing, is they're going to call it Death Note, give the same characters, and kind of loosely follow the same beats. And then that's when you open up yourself to criticism of, like, you didn't go there, you kind of stepped on the track, but you didn't go all the way. And I don't know. I didn't like Light Yagami at all, but that's your opinion. I mean, that's cool that you enjoyed that one. But they did definitely something different for sure. Live action, didn't watch it. I did not watch the Full Metal Alchemist live action. I stayed clear of that one. I watched a couple of trailers and it did not look good to me, and I didn't even want to go down that track. And that's where, like, maybe a lot of One Piece feel the way I do when it comes to Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite anime of all time. I love that one. I think it's nearly perfect, maybe a 9.9 because nothing's perfect, but I love that show. That's the number one thing I recommend everybody to watch because of two reasons. It's really, really good, solid story, fantastic characters. It's funny. It doesn't have a lot of fan service, so it won't scare a lot of new people to anime. It won't scare them away, but at the same time, it's very feasible because it's like 60 episodes. So that is my number one recommendation to everybody, but also it's my number one anime of all time. So I couldn't even do it, man. I can't even do it, so I had to stay away. I couldn't even try it. That's honestly why I didn't do it. Jack Black is Jinimbi? Jimby? I don't know who Jimby. Yep, you're right, Jack Black. Jimmy Jack Black. I don't know who Jack Black is. I mean, I know the actor, but I don't know who you're talking. I don't know who Jimmy is. But yeah, I would say, to answer the question, is it the best live action anime we've gotten? In my opinion, I would say yes. But like Moave said, the bar was not very high. So they didn't have a big hurdle to jump. There wasn't a lot to get excited about. And I think they did fine. But to answer the flip question, did we need this? Absolutely not. We did not need this. I think alone the anime did a great job to the point where they sold, they sold the manga, where it was the number one selling manga for years. Did we need this? No, because it did it fine by itself. It was doing fine. Maybe he wanted what do you want to call it, like global brand recognition or something, or wanted to get a bunch of random people that don't watch anime to be interested in it. But I don't know. I don't feel like it was necessary. We didn't need it. Do we need anything really though? No, we don't really need anything. But for what they did, besides food, water, and shelter, survival, yes. But yeah, I mean, to encapsulate, yeah, I thought it was the best action anime or best live action anime we have out there, but I wouldn't classify it as great by any stretch of the imagination. And no, I don't think we needed it. I would rather them take the money that they produced, and rather than doing a live action, all that money they spent on the actors, all the live action, just take that money and go back. Go back to 1999, take that footage and completely reanimate it. That's what I've been saying with Dragon Ball. With Dragon Ball Z, they should go back and just redraw it completely from the ground up and take their time with it. But, and a toilet. You don't need a toilet. Just dig a hole. But that's where I stand when it comes to this stuff is, I mean, I'll watch it. I had a Netflix subscription anyway, so I was able to watch it going forward. And I took a shot on it. My expectations were really low, but I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Leave it down. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in chat what you guys thought about this. What other live action animes are you looking forward to? I know two that are on the books right now are the live action Yu Yu Hakusho, which I'm really, really worried about that one. I do not think that's going to be very, very good. And then we've got the live action Death Note is coming back out, headed off in Netflix by the Duffer Brothers. I like Stranger Things, but we'll see what they can do in that one. And maybe it will look a little better. And maybe if they're going to tackle anime, let's do something that's not so fantastical with a crazy amount of, you know, animal characters and crazy powers and stuff like that. Maybe we could do something a little bit more closer to Earth, and recreate something really interesting in that sense. Sure one says maybe this was made for those people who doesn't want to watch 1,000 episodes to follow One Piece. Yeah, but they could have done this in anime form. They could have went back and done a, you know, what do you call it? Like, they could have done like a abridged version in the anime form. And I think they kind of have those, like Welcome to Skypedia, or it's like a 2-hour movie and it covers the entire arc. So they could have done something like that. But it's definitely what it was made for was people that are not anime fans to get into anime. That's exactly what it was for. I'm watching Luffy versus Crocodile right now. Oh, good fight. You'll be caught up if they do season 2. Josh, I think that's where it will end. I think it will end after Alabasta, in my opinion, if it gets a season 2. Which, if we don't hear it within the next month or so, I don't know if it will happen. Because usually shows will know within the first couple weeks of release if they can afford or greenlight it, or if it even made back the money that it would. Welcome to Fortnite, Jotaro. Are you playing Fortnite? Or are they adding JoJo's to Fortnite? Or are you just trolling? So, well, guys, I think tonight will be a little bit shorter of a stream. No, they're not. I think that tonight will be a little bit shorter of a stream. We've got a lot of plans coming up. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you were not here, we are now YouTube partners. We have a lot of opportunities to expand and get bigger and do bigger and better things. Memberships are open right now, so if you want to subscribe or want to become a member, the lowest tier is a 99-cent tier. You can get the little badge next to your name, and you unlock emotes. The emotes are pretty cool, pretty fun to drop into chat. You can also drop them into live comments, and those badges will carry over when you comment onto onto videos as well. They aren't just exclusive to the live streams. They go onto your videos as well, and there are more features in different tiers depending on which tier you go to. So check out those. Just to let you guys know, just because members have opened up and we have more opportunities does not change a thing. When I release a video, it will come out on Sunday. That will not change. We do a live stream. It'll probably most likely be Fridays or Saturdays. I really want to try out what people think on going live on Fridays or Saturdays, which works best for them and when they want to hang out That's what they look like. Thank you, Josh. Yep, those are the emotes that Josh just dropped. There's one of Luffy waving, Naruto getting the thumbs up. You got Goku freaking out, and of course, my favorite character, which is Ichigo Kurosaki. Thank you, Leon. Thank you for dropping those those emotes. But if you want to join, it supports the channel. Like I said, if you want to become a member, it's 99 cents at the minimum, and there are different tiers. And look at those very closely because those different tiers give different perks. So definitely look through those if you're interested. But this is not possible without you guys, man. Like, this is only possible because of you guys watching the videos, supporting, being here. And I am incredibly thankful for you guys. And I cannot wait. We got bigger and better things coming in the future. I cannot wait to relax and really deep dive in making the best possible content and collecting content, the most interesting content that I can make. Work is starting to get a little bit more manageable, so we're going to be able to move forward and make bigger and better things on the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching, being here, enjoying these live streams going forward. But we will be back. We'll be back. We got more reviews coming on the channel. I know that's something that we've kind of lacked lately for a while, but we're going to get back into that. And again, I appreciate every single buddy that watched. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.